Hello from Meteora. Meteora is home to one of the most spectacular wonders in Greece.
It's famous for its monasteries that's perched on some of the most massive rocks I've ever seen. And today we'll be exploring some of the most beautiful viewpoints and of course entering some of these monasteries as well.
In this video we want to see Meteora from all the different angles and find out which are the best ones. We are Aaron and Shar, and we are embarking on a one-year adventure around the world. In August of 2024, we traded our paychecks for backpacks to explore all that this incredible planet has to offer. We started our journey in Asia, and we are now heading to Europe, the Middle East, and the Americas. We believe that traveling does not have to be expensive, so we are embracing the world on our own terms. Join us as we journey around the world, learn about diverse cultures, go local, and make every day an adventure. Now let's get back to the video.
We are in Greece and this is our fourth country of our year-long travel.
Meteora is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and there are 24 monasteries built on top of these tall rocks. And today, 6 of them are active and open.
Now we are going to head to our first viewpoint over there.
This viewpoint is about a 15 minutes drive from the town of Kalabaka. I think we are at one of the highest points in this whole Meteora area. This monastery is the oldest and also the biggest one here in Meteora. And just by looking at the size, you can already tell that there are so many rooms inside. Right now it is quite early in the morning, about 8 AM, and it's super quiet here. All you can hear are like some birds chirping or like some dogs barking. I'm not even sure if the monks are awake yet.
It didn't take too long to actually walk up all the way here. In fact, it's only about a minute walk from the car park. And because it's our first viewpoint of the day, the sun isn't really out at this point of time. But because it is winter, we're able to see some of the snow-capped mountains at the back. And it's really gorgeous. Look at Shah's latest fashion outfit.
To enter these monasteries, ladies have to wear a form of like dress or skirt, and in some of them they charge you a couple of euros for it, but in this monastery it is free. We just entered the cathedral. The cathedral is full of frescoes on the ceilings and on the walls, and there are also many hanging lights inside. Unfortunately, we couldn't film inside, so we can't show you how it looks like, but I guess you just have to come here yourself to see it.
The church also has a seating arrangement that's very different from an ordinary church. In fact, the seats are situated at the sides of the church instead of in the middle, and these seats have a very special design. Now we'll be heading towards the second viewpoint. Let's go.
We are now at our second viewpoint. This viewpoint is just a few minutes walk from the first viewpoint, and this viewpoint might be even more beautiful than the first one. Where we are right now is a rocky outcrop from the road, and here you can see 4 different monasteries. On one side we can see 2 monasteries. The first one is the one that we saw just now, the Holy Monastery of the Great Meteoron. The second one is the Varlaam Monastery. And on the other side, you can see 2 more monasteries. One of it is the Trinity Monastery and one of it is the Rossano Monastery. When we were walking around, we had to be sure of our footing because it is a straight drop down. It's quite scary, but nonetheless beautiful.
This viewpoint is really interesting because you can see the Rossano Monastery against a taller rock at the back.
I have no idea how they built these monasteries in the past. It's so difficult for me to just climb up here, and back then with probably more primitive technologies, how did they even build such grand and marvelous monasteries so high up? The rocks that these monasteries are on are actually limestone pillars. These pillars are more than 400 meters above ground and they were formed more than 60 million years ago. We are here! I can't believe it's already 12 noon, which means that we have spent more than 4 hours here amongst the monasteries. We are currently in our third viewpoint, and this is probably the most popular viewpoint we've been to. Right now we're at the highest point of this outcrop and we get a panoramic view all around. On this side there is one monastery and on the other side there are 4 monasteries. If you look at the limestone towers behind me, they are about 400 meters tall, but they look so much taller than that and they are so steep. It's basically like a column.
This is a very popular spot, but at some point of time we had the entire space to ourselves and the view of the limestone rocks towering right ahead of us was just incredible.
We have just parked and now we are going to head to our 4th viewpoint. This viewpoint is in between 2 monasteries. One of it is called the St. Stephen Nunnery and the other is called the Holy Trinity Monastery. In the middle of the day, this nunnery is closed, so we are not going to head in. But let me just tell you some interesting facts about this nunnery. This is one of the only 2 nunneries which are currently active. This actually started out as a monastery, but in 1961 it was converted to a nunnery due to the decline in male monastic life.
In fact, this nunnery is one of the lowest in terms of altitude compared to other monasteries in Meteora, and we are able to see Kalambaka down below.
Our next viewpoint is a special one because it is inside the Monastery of the Holy Trinity.
We are here at our 5th viewpoint for the day, and this viewpoint is very popular and is one of the hardest to get to because we actually have to go down the slope as well as up the stairs to get over here. So at the end of the viewpoint there's a cross and behind it you can see the entire Kalabaka city right below you. It's pretty amazing.
Another thing that I love about this viewpoint is the limestone rocks on the other side. Some of the rocks are hundreds of meters tall, but there are some rocks which are just like maybe 50 meters tall, and in between the many rocks are many trees, and it's so beautiful because there's a contrast between the grey and the green.
This viewpoint is in the monastery. It costs €3 to enter. Our next viewpoint is not at Meteora but at Kalambaka, which is the city right below Meteora, and the viewpoint can be accessed by this small little trail just right over there behind me. It's about 3 PM and the light is very strong right now, and the sunlight hitting the rocks gives the entire limestone rock surface a very rugged texture, and you can also see a lot of contrast in the caves that is on the side of these limestone walls.
From this viewpoint, we can only see 2 monasteries right at the corner and they are kind of small. It is such a huge contrast between the natural and the urban.
Let's go to our final viewpoint now. We have just spent an entire day exploring Meteora as well as the viewpoints as well as the monasteries, and it's so amazing.
Honestly, I don't think there could be a bad viewpoint of Meteora. Everything is just breathtaking.
So we'll see you guys in our next video where we'll take a day trip to Papingo as well as Vico's Gorge.
We'll see you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.